11 o'clock on this late Saturday night, April 14th, 2018. It is time now for the Beer Channel. 11 o'clock news on this late Saturday night, April 14th, 2018. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter J. Wiggins. It is 11 o'clock on this late Saturday night, and we got a temperature of 42 degrees in North Massachusetts. Top stories of the Peter Channel. 11 o'clock news is UN Security Council meets to discuss the Syrian missile strikes as President Trump called it a big price to pay. Gun rights advocates cover across the U.S. Prominent lawyer in fight for gay rights dies after setting himself on fire in Prospect Park. Michael Goins visited Prague. Would be a huge development in the Russian investigation. 2 black men walked out of Starbucks in cuffs for trespassing. Nixon gets a Cynthia Dixon gets big protest endorsement as New York Democrats face rupture. Russia, Iran denies their strikes on close ally Syria. Thousands of Hungarians protest against newly elected leader. Trump's Michigan Commerce Street and the pre-election declaration that out to George W. Bush. And his new book, James Comey, calls for ethical leadership, but does he live up to it? Kentucky governor claims that children were sexually assaulted and used drugs while teachers protested. WPP chief executive Martin Terrell steps down. Salmonella sickens 22 people that caused the recall 206 million eggs. Giant Eagle recalled an item were wearing lettuce due to potential contamination, officials said. Has General Electric stock finally bought him? Former Cork Cassidy runner Abby Yalegi will run in the Boston Marathon. Much anticipated township, a sister restaurant and farmer's daughter set to open on Tuesday. Atlas V rocket launches the U.S. military satellite and experimental spacecraft in orbit. How NASA's Planet Hunting Test Telescope will find habitable worlds. This wild conspiracy theory claims that the world will come to an end in April. Board boss Dennis Meldenberg challenges Elon Musk to race to Mars. Peter Channel news time is 11 o'clock on this late Saturday night, and it is time now for a Peter Channel traffic and check on this late Saturday night. Baby! Let's study off on the MBTA where it's looking good at the subway, commuter rail, and the ferries. Alright, look at the highways and byways in New England. Let's study off down in Rhode Island where one day in the both ends of Jamestown, and it's a little slow. Sagamore Bridge on the westbound side, a little slow. Route 25 on both ends back to back. Route 6 in the board. Down in Plymouth. Route 3 to the southbound side. Little start to Long Pond Road in Plymouth. And 93 to the southbound side. Little slow around the Mass Pike in Boston. One way in the northbound side. It's a little slow after Route 95 up in Peabody. Central and Western Massachusetts highways on Lincoln, except a little slow on 91 to the southbound side. A little slow on Elm Street down up in Northampton. But otherwise, some New England highways on Lincoln and up in Northern New England, 89 on both ends back between Woodstock and the Canadian border, 87 on both ends back between Lake George and all the way up in the Canadian border, and 93 on both ends back between Fair Quarter, New Hampshire, all the way to Wilton, New Hampshire. And 95 on both ends back to the Holton Stretch in Maine. Peter Channel news time is 11:01 on this late Saturday night, and it is time now for a weather report. Take a look at the weather outside. It is a nice, as I hope you enjoyed today. It was beautiful sun, nice, warm temperatures, and I hope you enjoyed today because tomorrow we're going to have a 1-day winter-like day tomorrow, but after tomorrow, it'll be back to spring-like temperatures as we're going to contend with rain and cold temperatures and some sleet possibles. So it's winter's last 10 for tomorrow, and we'll be back to spring-like temperatures starting on Monday. All right, let's take a look at the radar satellite loop on this Saturday night. Snow stretching of line from upstate Maine, northwestern Maine, and stretching over to northern New Hampshire, to northern Vermont, and upstate New York, and up to northeastern Ontario, and some Quebec from Ottawa down to Montreal, and some snowflakes in central and eastern portions of Nova Scotia, and some sleet from southeastern New Hampshire and Portsmouth down to southern Maine, and snow off mid-coast Maine. And it's sleeting from the outer of New York and central to western portion of New York State, and stretching on the Toronto area. And a line in the rain showers stretching line from west central Pennsylvania, stretching all the way down to the Louisiana coast, and another line of rain showers stretching line from central Indiana down to Illinois, and sleety down around southern portion of Wisconsin around the Milwaukee area, and some snow from Wisconsin stretching to the Minnesota down to western Iowa, and down to eastern Dakotas, down to Nebraska, down to the western portion of Missouri, and northeastern Kansas. And clouds covering a bunch of eastern tier New York State, down to much of Connecticut, Northern Rhode Island, a bunch of Massachusetts, and some Vermont, New Hampshire, down to southern Maine. Alright, temperature spread around region, it is in the 34 to 43 degree range in southern New England with a 46 degree wind in New Haven, Connecticut. And it is in the 20s to 30s in much of northern New England. Right now, Norton 40 degrees, our temperature humidity 54%, 2.25 degrees, barometer 3 per 30 inches. Rising slowly, winds east at 4 miles an hour. Alright, let us take a look at. We are under winter weather advisory for sleet and plugs and freezing rain expected, total ice accumulation of traces expected at portion of eastern and southeastern Massachusetts and northern Rhode Island from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern downtime on Sunday night will result in very slippery conditions on sidewalks, roads, and bridges. Okay, look at that forecast. We're going to take this for tonight. A slight change of rain after 2 a.m. Clouds got about 32 degrees. North face about 10 miles gust size. 25 miles an hour. Chance ratio 20% for Sunday. Rain and sleet likely May after 1 p.m. Clouds got about 35 degrees. North face about 11 to 14 miles gust size. 29 miles an hour. Chance ratio 7%. Little dose accumulation expected for Sunday night. Rain 1 and 34 degrees. East with about 14 miles gust size. 31 miles an hour. Chance ratio 8%. New pitch about between 1.5 inches possible for Monday, rain and thunderstorms possible at 11 a.m. Punch bog powder 49 degrees at east with about 10 to 6 miles. Chance of precipitation 100%. New rain about 1 to 2 inches possible. Monday night. Showers likely made before 10 p.m. Punch bog before 11 p.m. was mostly gust by 41 degrees and south about 7 to 11 miles gust at 21 miles an hour. Chance of 7%. And then after that, it's smooth sailing from there. Tuesday, partly sunny the most gust got about 50 about 36 degrees. But Wednesday, mostly sunny the podcast got about 55 about 38 degrees. Thursday, partly sunny the most gust about 57 about 38 degrees. And for Friday, partly sunny the most gust by 53 about 36 degrees, and for Saturday, most of the sun's about 53 degrees. Peter Chill News Time is 11:06 on this late Saturday night. Time for Saturday Night Sports Nightly on this late Saturday night. Peter Wiggins and let's start off at the TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts, where the Boston Bruins squared off against the Toronto Maple Leafs in game number 2 of the Eastern Conference first round, and the Bruins exploded in the game number 2 was Bruins got for a 4-goal first period on goals from David Pastrnak, Jake DeBrusk, Kevin Millen, and Rich Nett making 4-0 for the Bruins, and then Mitchell Marner got a goal to get the Bees lead to 4-1 in 122 second period. Then David Kitchen got the goal to make it 5 for the Bruins, and then Tom Pastrnak gets a goal as the Bruins have a 5-2 lead for 2 periods at end. David Pastrnak gets a goal 12:34 to make it 6-2 Bruins in the 3rd period at end. James Van Riemsdyk gets goal to make it 6-3 Bruins at 14:53 on a power play goal. And then Pastrnak completes the hat trick as he gets a goal with 1:36 left as the Boston Bruins behind. Took about 30 saves. Defeat the Toronto Maple Leafs 7-3 as they take a 2 games and unleaded to the best of 7 series as we will travel up to Toronto as the 2 teams will go to Toronto too. For the Bees and the Maple Leafs on Monday for game number 3 as the Bruins dominated this game from start to finish, and he put together a good performance and expect to continue to blow that while they're in Toronto. But Toronto's got a tough team when they play at home, so it's going to be a little challenge. But if the Bruins could do it, then they could take a game or 2 from Toronto. Alright, other scores around the NHL playoffs. In game number 2 of the Western Conference East. First round, Anaheim Ducks and the San Jose Sharks 1-1 with 7:33 left in the first period. Nashville Predators over the Colorado Avalanche 5-4. As the Predators take a 2 games and lead to this best of 7 series, the Tampa Bay Lightning over the New Jersey Devils 5-3 as they Lightning take it 2 games and lead in this best of 7 series in Eastern Conference. The Boston Red Sox should be called a new name called the Boston Red Hot Sox, as the Boston Red Sox on fire as they have the franchise best start 12-2 as the Red Sox traps the Baltimore Orioles 7-3 as the Red Sox got on the board first at Andrew Benton. He doubled on a 5-ball on the left field of Trey Benson. That's Kuz Wiggins and Andrew Benton. He rest of the third and further by shortstop Benny Machado to make it 1-0 for the Boston Red Sox. And then Hunter Ramirez almost on a 5-ball on the left field to make it 3-0 for the Boston Red Sox. That's Kuz Benson. And then J.D. Martinez gets a home run at 5-ball to right center field to make it 4-0 for Red Sox in the bottom of third. And then at bottom of fourth, Independently singles out a sharp line drive. The right fielder Anthony Santander to score San Leon and two-way land to make it 6-0 for the Boston Red Sox today. Hunter Ramirez double a sharp line drive. The left fielder Trey Benson scores Independently to make it 7-0 for the Boston Red Sox today. J.D. Martinez reaches the fourth by shortstop Benny Machado that scores Hunter Ramirez and Martinez to second base to make it 8-0 for the Red Sox today. Pedro Alvarez opens a 5-ball on the center field and scores Santander to make it 8-2 in favor of the Red Sox today. J.D. Martinez singles a sharp line drive. The left fielder Trey Benson scores Blake Strider. That was 9-2 in favor of the Red Sox today. Bottom of 7th, Blake Strider singles a 5-ball on the center fielder Andrew Jones that scores Brock Colt to make it 10-2 Red Sox and a Chase Cisco grabs at the shortstop Sweet Wheel End to the first baseman. The Henry Ramirez as Boston Red Sox defeat the Baltimore 7-3 to go to 12-2 this season as it is a franchise's best start as her Velasquez got the win, got 6 innings. Got 5 innings, 6 hits, give it up. 6 hits, and struck out 5 ball. Cobb got the loss. Sox and the O's go at it tomorrow afternoon at Fenway Park. At 105 with Chris Elman on the Red Sox and Dylan Mundy on the man for the Orioles. Okay, looking at some other Major League Baseball scores. San Diego Padres leading the San Francisco Giants 5-4. LA Dodgers trailed the Arizona Diamondbacks 7-1 to the top of the 6th. Seattle Mariners lead the Oakland Athletics 5-4 in the top of the 5th. Colorado Rockies fall to the Washington Nationals 6-2. St. Louis Cardinals over the Cincinnati Reds 6-1. Chicago Cubs over the LA Braves 14-10. Houston Astros over the Turks. The Rangers fall to Houston Astros 6-5 final 10 innings. Philadelphia Phillies defeat the Tampa Bay Rays 9-4. Milwaukee Brewers and New York Mets 5-1. Pittsburgh Pirates blank the Miami Marlins 1-0 fit the LA Angels over the Kansas City Royals 5-3. How about those Red Sox and the Mariners? Okay, looking at some NBA playoff action. Golden State Warriors easily in Game 1 defeat the San Antonio Spurs 113-92. Toronto Raptors over the Washington Wizards 114-106 in Game number 1 of the Eastern Conference first round. Philadelphia 76ers over the Miami Heat 130-103 in the through one quarter. New Orleans Pelicans lead the Portland Trail Blazers 21-18 in the first quarter. Wheaton Lions Sports Recap. Wheaton Mets Women's Tennis defeated Emerson 9-0 while the Wheaton Lions baseball team thrashed Emerson 16-4. And Wheaton softball split a doubleheader from Clark first. They fell 4-3 in the first game and then took the second and won 8-7. Wheaton women's cross fall to Springfield 7-3. Men's tennis defeat Emerson 9-0 and the Wheaton baseball team in the second one defeated Emerson 10-4. Pittsburgh Steelers, Ryan Chaser sends a cheer at alma mater, Ohio State. 49ers, Ravens lead the list of 14 landing spots for Des Bryant after Cowboys cut him. Jim Kelly discharged after cancer procedure. Ian Putzel catches hot streak with a third round 6-7 overtime, leads by 1. Bill Belichick said draft charter has changed, but most teams are on the same page. Oakland President Board says leaves troops ceremony on stretcher, and Tua Tagovailoa suffers setback in the return from hand injury. Spring game status uncertain. And that's gonna be it for the Peter Channel 11 o'clock news on this late Saturday night, April 14th, 2018. Viewers, hope you have a good night with a good positive to the doll. See you tomorrow morning with a more report. Hope you have a good night.